Our VPOP console company is gaining traction on our platform right now, but it's cracking under pressure. And we need to scale up and handle media workload, security, and everything else. And most importantly, you need to stay within a reasonable budget. Can you help us with that? Exactly, the challenge that we love. We will design for you a solution that's secure, scalable, and DR ready. So all of them will be on the AWS cloud. But just give me a bit of time, and I will come back with a complete proposal for you. Thank you. Just wait for that.
A few moments later.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for taking me the time for the meet today. So my name is Ngọc Dung, and I'm present for the cloud-based solution architecture company. And here I will present for you a cloud architecture proposal for the VCC designed to meet the performance, scalability, security, disaster recovery needs. So this proposal is powered by the AWS, the most trusted cloud platform, and it's leverage AWS best practice for high, reliable, cost-effective solution. So let's get started. So let's start by walking through the key section of the presentation. So I'll first introduce the architecture that we have designed, followed by a breakdown of the problem that the VCC faced and how our solution will address them. So we'll keep deep dive into the regional architecture with the especially in Singapore and Jakarta. After that, we will security cover and monitoring and cost estimation and total cost of ownership, the TCO. And then finally, we will conclude with a suggest roadmap for implementation in the real life. So let's get started. So this proposal outlines an AWS-based architecture that is tailored for the VPOP concept company. We focus on balancing the performance, the flexibility, and cost effectiveness. So the architecture will enable the high availability and disaster recovery or DR across the region, with Singapore as the primary active and Jakarta as the DR site. So, and additionally, we will integrate the security, media processing, and dynamic scaling into a unified solution to support the VCC growth needs. So, as you know, the VCC scale is coaching and media service globally right now. So it's facing critical infrastructure challenges that including the ensure high availability, secure media storage, and real-time processing. So VCC infrastructure must be flexible enough to accommodate with the growing traffic while maintaining cost efficiency and performance. So this challenge are the best addressed through a cloud-native solution, which we will dive into next. So to solve this challenge, we propose a cloud-based solution that provides the scalability, flexibility, and the resilience. We use the AWS service such as EC2, Lambda, S3, and RDS to allow VCC to build an efficient and secure infrastructure while avoiding the high cost of the premises hardware. So now let's explore the solution in detail. Okay. So the proposed architecture consists of four key layers. The access layer, where user will use from Vietnam and internationally access DNS service via routed 33 and receive optimized content through the cloud phone. Singapore region would serve as a primary active region with EC2 instance, RDS, Lambda, and S3 for media storage. The Jakarta region, in another side, will serve as a disaster recovery site with replicated database, S3 bucket, and standby compute resources. As we see over here, this security and monitoring layer provide the necessary protection and the observability for the system through the service like IAM, KMS, WAF, and CloudWatch. This slide breaks down the regional architecture in two parts. First is the Singapore region over here. The VCC will run its primary service, including the EC2 auto scaling, RDS multi A to Z, S3, and media line a media convert. On the other side, the Jakarta region is designed for disaster recovery, ensuring the minimal service interruption in the event of failure. So this including service like S3, replicated bucket RDS, Replay, and DynamoDB global table for database. So I can see in this diagram, the Singapore region hosts the main service, while Jakarta is ready for failover in the case of disaster recovery. So by implementing replication of database and S3 and VCC will ensure no data loss and quick recovery. VCC media processing strategy use the AWS service like MediaLive, MediaConvert for both live and file-based video processing. These services are integrated into architecture to allow scalable real-time media processing. Data storage is managed through the S3, which provides flexible and cost-effective storage solution. Next is our security and monitoring strategy. So we use a zero trust model, which is we implement IAM for secure identity management, AWS WAF and Shield for web application protector, and KMS for data encryption. Monitoring and logging are enabled through the CloudWatch and CloudTrail, ensuring full visibility into system and quick detection of any anomalies. So now let's look at the cost breakdown, which is something you might want to see carefully. So the monthly cost of the entire infrastructure is estimated at around 4,000 a month and over 30,000 per annum. So for everything over here. So the cost is structured around the usage of AWS service and is designed to scale with the VCC growing demands. And the equivalent of premises infrastructure would cost you more than $120,000 over a 3 years period when consider hardware, networking, disaster recovery, and staffing. In contrast, if you use our solution, which is AWS-based solution, will cost you only $163,000 USD for over the same period, providing a built-in scalability, turnover, and reduce the operational overhead. So the TCO analysis demonstrates that the AWS offers superior value and flexibility. So as for the next step, we suggest the implementing the process proposed architecture in the phases over here, starting with the setting up the core service in the Singapore region, configuring the disaster recovery in Jakarta. Over the time, we can optimize the architecture based on the VCC needs. So the roadmap will evolve through the testing, migration of existing service, and monitoring the performance metric. The proposed AWS solution of ours is ideal for VCC next phase of growth, addressing performance, scalability, security, and disaster recovery needs while being cost effective. So AWS global network and service offering to provide the flexibility and agility required for VCC to scale its operation smoothly. This architecture will support innovation, reduce the administrative overhead, and ensure the business continuity. We are confident that AWS will be a transformative partner in VCC cloud journey. So thank you for your attention. I'm available for any question or further clarification. So let's discuss how we can make this vision into a reality for VCC, okay? Thank you, sir. Thank you.